and welcome back. I'm Hanah Williams and you're watching Sunday Night. Tonight, we are going to be interviewing a very special guest. She's a fighter. She's a survivor. She's the one and only Mary Bug. Welcome to the show, Mary.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for having me.
So, I'm going to ask you some questions about your life before becoming a bushranger. Some questions about your children, your love life, and much more.
Oh, yes. Let's get right into those questions.
So, what's a bushranger?
Well, a bushranger is an outlaw living in the bush, travelling from place to place. So, I was one of the only 3 female bushrangers in Australia. Also, bushrangers were usually convicts from mostly Ireland and Britain.
How interesting. What was your life before bushranging?
Well, my life before bushranging was really hard. I was an Indigenous orphan and I learnt how to read, write and pray at Parramatta Orphan School in Sydney. I was born on the 7th of May 1834 in Stroud. My father was a shepherd called James Brigg, who when I was born changed his name to James Bug. He was born in Essex, England, 1801 and was transported to Australia for stealing meat. He arrived in Sydney on a boat called Sostras. On the 15th of January 1828, he was assigned to become a shepherd. He was successful with his duties and was given a ticket of leave. After he received his ticket of leave, he went to marry an Aboriginal woman, who later he called Elizabeth, and who was also my mother. She had saved his life from a local Aboriginal tribe who was trying to kill him.
I didn't know you were an orphan. Why and how did you become a bushranger? And what were your crimes?
Well, actually, in 1860 I met Captain Thunderbolt, a bushranger at Mudgee, and we ran off and worked together. I became a bushranger and I was his sidekick and spy. I stole resources that Captain Thunderbolt needed like material, money, food and water. I committed crimes like all bushrangers. I stole things like jewelry, fabric, food. Captain Thunderbolt got caught and taken to Cockatoo Island for stealing a horse in late July in 1863. When he was free, we went to Mudgee, and then he got caught again on the 11th of September 1863. So I took another crime, a fake name, Louisa Mason, and waited until my children were old enough to be babysat. Then I swam to Cockatoo Island to break Fred Ward out of the jail while holding a file of vital information I cannot tell you about.
Captain Thunderbolt, Fred Ward. Wasn't he your husband?
I had 4 husbands actually, but by the time I was 14, I had married a shepherd called Edmund Baker. My second husband was John Burrows, and he was also a shepherd. My third husband was James McNally, also a shepherd. And then finally, my last husband, Captain Thunderbolt.
Okay, moving on. So tell us about your kids.
Oh, my kids. Well, I have 13 of them. 6 girls and 7 boys. Helen Baker was my first child. I would tell you all about them, but there's too many. Anyway, I had 1 kid with Mr. Baker, a couple with John Burrows, and a couple with James McNally. And then finally, I had 3 kids with Frederick Ward.
I never knew you had so many children. Moving on. So, how did you actually die? I've heard many stories, but which is the real one?
I died of pneumonia. I was found dead in a river in Goulburn National Park after returning to Fred Ward, my husband, for one night in 1868. He approached a woman called Mrs. Bradford and asked her to look after a dying woman, which was me. He didn't come back. He left me to die at that Goulburn River. I'll never forgive him.
That's so sad. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Mary and Bug. And that's all for Sunday night. See you next time.